the Most High. So sometimes, you're trying to live a righteous life and certain bad things come your way. Scripture says take it patiently. It's accepted with the Most High, because at the end of the day, you'll be rewarded for that. A lot of times we get punished and we're being wicked. Like, you deserve that punishment, but if you're being punished or going through certain things and you're trying to live according to the Most High, it could be a trial. The Most High said a trial, a test of your faith. But it says take it patiently.
Like I said, well, the Most High controls everything. He controls angels, he controls demons, he controls his spirit. You might explain, like, look, go Satan, let's go test it like in the Job.
Job.
In the book of Job. He went and tested Job many a times, He might go test this brother, he's doing good. Go test him and see how strong his faith is. It might kind of knock you down and make you stumble, but it's whether you stay stumbled.
Yeah.
It's whether you stay stumbled and you're like, or, you stay in the spirit.
I'm a musician, obviously I'm on Facebook, all those other places. I put my music out, but I put out more about my conscious stuff. And a lot of people don't want to come to me because they don't want to know. They don't want to help me with my music because they don't like what I'm talking about. And I'm like, do you know what? I don't need your money, right? I don't care. I've got my dad's music out, which means more to me in the world anyway. I'm going to keep coming at you until you get it. And I don't care what you try.
Everyone knows.
It's the same as us.
I don't fear them. My dad called, my middle name is Abbas, right? And that means lion or beast. You give me the right name. I'm scared from them people, I know who they are. I'm going to tell them the truth, and that's just how it is. That's what I call myself, Be True, 316. I'll come for them, I don't care. That's how my dad brought me up. He never really taught me a lot because in the 60s, I was just a little boy. My dad's out playing music all over the world, and I'm just messing around with my other 6 brothers, do you know what I mean? But it was already in me. He didn't need to teach me nothing, it was already there.
Spirit.
Yeah, my dad died in Nigeria. We went back to Nigeria in the 70s. He was going to take us all back. He made a lot of money and he bought an island. We were going to live on the island. Half it was going to be like a studio for musicians, and the rest was to move for us. But my dad died before most of
You realise
all of my dad's money.
this kingdom ain't our resting place, though.
At least Dad got buried at home. You know what I mean?
We have to, like the scripture speaks about building up your treasures in heaven, because everything that we accumulate here is going to be destroyed anyway. So I would say focus so much on what you can achieve in this kingdom. Focus on the kingdom to come, whatever, and you build up treasures in heaven by doing the will of the Most High. Death can't make you lose that. Thief can't come and thief it. It's not going to rust, not going to rotten, but there's stuff that we have to be doing to be building up those treasures. Now it's nice that you're trying to do your music thing as well. I'm not telling you don't try that, but you need to make doing this work your first love.
That's what I showed you. When I showed you that little scripture, I do try to go through them, and I couldn't just sit there and read scriptures. It's just not me.
No, but
I watch a lot of YouTube, but I watch the right ones. Do you know what I mean? They talk about the
what you need to watch as well is Israelites.
That's why I stopped because I'm trying to get some information off it. So when I walk away, I can walk away with my soul and I've got something to.
I just want to say this as well, yeah. This is the way, people, like, we come out here every week, like you said, you do your music thing, no one wants to listen to you. Just say, we come out here, sometimes there's no one comes up, but we prophesize to the wind because we're doing a job out here. We're trying to
get one come up, and that's the one you want.
But then you was meant to come up, because the Most High controls everything,
Of course.
But a lot of our people now are under the thought that we just live once, Once this flesh goes, your soul, your spirit, it goes back to the Most High. So what we want to do, if you want to be if you want to be a good son to your father, then you got to do the right things. You got to be obedient to your father. Just like you was obedient to your father here. Otherwise, what happens if you're not obedient to your father here? You're going to chastise you. You're going to say, "So what do you mean you're not listening? I told you once, told you twice. Now I'm going to beat you." Do you know what I mean? So this is what's happening to our people now. We're getting beaten down and stuff because we don't want to listen to the fathers.
Both of my younger boys, they both got Yoruba names. I mean, all my other brothers give their kids just normal names. It's in here for me to do what I've got to do. I make sure my boys know where they come from.
Check this out, look, this is our channel, get our messengers.
Alright, definitely.
That's showing us tournament breakdown. But if you go on this main channel, you get the other brothers' channels as well.
Okay.
So check it out.
No, I'm going to come.
But study.
That's why I stopped. I had to stop.
We're here every
when I saw you, I
Saturday.
thought, oh, yeah, I'm
We're
back.
here every Saturday, my brother. So just come, check it out and study and learn, yeah?
Shalom.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Jeremiah 30 and 15.
Got a bit sidetracked.
Religious.
Go on.
Religion.
We've got a religion.
Culture, customs, and tradition. Because
Okay,
religion
okay.
is man-made.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so we're getting back to who we are.
Oh, natural.
Yeah, who we are. So if I asked you,
Yeah,
who are you?
yeah.
What is your nationality? Would you be able to answer?
But my nationality,
Yeah.
well, like spiritual.
No, well, just answer. If I said, okay, all right, I'm meeting you for the first time. I say,
Yeah.
okay, my name is Raoban.
Yeah.
Your name is
Jerry.
Jerry.
Yeah.
My nationality is Banyamian.
Oh, my nationality is from Grenada.
Okay, so you're from Grenada,
Yeah,
right?
Caribbean, yeah.
Yes, from Grenada.
Oh.
So Grenada
Yeah,
is an English name,
yes.
right? So what was it called before it was called Grenada? Because there was people there before the British and the Spanish and the French got there. What was it called before?
I never knew about that.
Right. What were the people that were living there called before they were named by the colonizers?
Was it Indian and...
No, Indian is an English word.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So what was the... I'm not saying you can't use that
No,
word.
I understand
but-
you, man.
So this is what
understand you.
we're trying to do. We're trying to get back to
Yeah.
who we actually are and what we actually were doing before we fell away from our God and lost our position and became servants or
nobodies.
subservient. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we went from hero to zero.
Quick time.
Very quick.
Yeah.
And stayed at
I
zero.
like to learn too, so that's why I just come
Oh,
back
well, that's
and-
beautiful. You
know what I mean?
You can listen to us. If you have any questions, you could ask us. But we believe in the Bible, so what we do is based on what the Scripture says.
You believe in the
and
Bible?
Our faith.
Yeah, I believe in the Bible, but I always tell myself the Bible now, because the Apostle Paul, they say he was in the Bible, and
They say what?
no, the Apostle, that's all alone, like the Apostle Paul, right? He have a lot of part to play in the Bible. But
In
like,
the New Testament,
when
in
he was-
the epistles.
yeah, like
and-
when he was in prison,
Yeah.
the book what he wrote, like they hide it, and they wrote their own books.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, because
not sure about
I believe in the Bible, but not everything I believe in the Bible because it might not make the Bible too. So,
You see why I did that? Listen. Okay, we're gonna give you the name of our camp and the name of our channel. And if you look at last Sabbath's lesson, I actually addressed that. So I don't want to go over it. I prefer you to watch the video. It's like about an hour and a half long or 2 hours long. But I addressed that. I literally used the Bible and used other supporting books to prove that we wrote the Bible, that we translated the Bible, that we wrote the Septuagint, which is the first Greek version, that a king that authorized this particular Bible, which is the KJV, is also our people, right? So it would be redundant for me to go over it. So if you go on our channel and watch last week's
do you
video,
have any
Tuesday.
card or...
Yeah.
No, run out. Let me get
Run
the
out?
paper. Yeah, okay.
Or do you have a smartphone?
Yeah, but
You got phone?
yeah.
Yeah, let's
Just hook him up
right.
on his phone and just subscribe him one time.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah. Because it would be redundant me going over it again.
We've got to.
Take an hour and a half to get straight.
No, but he's receptive. He's
Yeah,
receptive.
yeah, nice.
So all right, so what I could tell you straight off is that Grenada wasn't called Grenada before. The people from Grenada are the same stock as the people from Barbados, the people from St. Lucia, the people from St. Vincent, and some of the people from Trinidad.
Because the only thing I know about Grenada, they say they originate from Ghana.
From no.
From Ghana.
No.
So if you come down last and say that who wrote the Bible, just say answer.
Okay.
No.
It's very confusing. That's why you see, sometimes I don't really stand up and speak to people because a lot of people who are the Bible, they tackle the crap.
Yeah,
They
I
only,
understand.
they only go what suits them. Because the Bible make up of different, still like Seventh-day Adventists.
No, that's
No,
Christianity.
that's not the Bible. That's religion. That's why.
Sorry.
That's why when you asked me
Yeah.
what religion, straight away I said no, we're not dealing with religion because it's man-made.
Make up of a lot of different religion, and like if I'm going to church on a Sunday, I only look for what regard to me in the Bible on a Sunday. Like if I'm an Adventist,
Right.
I only go to look for what regard to me on a Saturday. On
Okay,
Sabbath.
all right, I understand you now. So what you're saying is, Shalom, what you're saying is, religious people, they read the Bible
Only what concerns them.
based on what they already believe.
Yes.
Well, we do the reverse. We read the Bible
Yeah.
and we frame our belief
Yeah.
based on what the Bible says.
Yeah.
We're not coming with it so me personally, I was brought up by my grandmother.
I don't want to take it too much
No,
time.
no, 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 no.
I was brought up as a Catholic, Anglican,
That's where I'm coming
then
from now.
Pentecostal, then right up a bug out religion,
Yeah,
all kind
yeah.
of bug out things, seeking the truth.
Yeah.
Right? So when I came as an adult to the scriptures again, because I put it down, I had pre-existing religious concepts already inbuilt into me.
Yeah.
But when I heard the prophets, when I heard the apostles, when I heard the people that were pushing the word in truth and sincerity, and I was reading the Bible, trying to disprove them, because I wasn't trying to prove what they were saying. I was listening to them. I said, no, that don't say that. But oh, you're going to put them on a ship, and that don't say that. When I read it, I saw it. So then I'm saying, but wait a minute. What these guys are saying is what the Bible's actually saying, as opposed to what I was taught in church, what I was taught by the pastors, what I was taught by all these different religions. It's not in here. So that's why I asked you, do you believe this? Or do you believe a belief that somebody told you? That's not in here.
Because what religion does, religion gives you a doctrine based upon things in the Bible. It doesn't actually give you the truth
And
of what
understanding
the Bible teaches
Yeah,
as a
because,
whole.
sorry, if like you say religion, like for Seventh-day Adventists, they worship on a Saturday. So like LNG is the main foundation, right?
I'm gonna ask you one question.
Yeah,
Do you know Spanish at all?
a little, but not much.
Do you know the name for Saturday in Spanish?
No,
Sábado.
Sabado.
Sábado, exactly.
Yeah,
Nice
it's
pronunciation.
like Sabbath. Yeah,
You just answered your own question.
yeah. So like 6 days shall labor and 7 days shall rest.
That's right.
But no,
That's right, brother.
but you could take any day for the beginning and any day for the end.
All right, wait. Let me get you to answer that. You went to school in the Caribbean, because I did.
Yeah.
The days of the week are.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're laughing, man. This is not
No, we're not
laughing.
laughing because I went to school. So I already know, yeah.
But then no, when it come
Sunday,
back,
Monday, Tuesday,
Yeah,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and
Saturday.
so that's the last day of the week.
That's the last day of the week.
Sábado,
Alright,
which
but
you already said. It's
This
Sábado.
is man-made.
No, it's not.
This is man-made, but
No.
in the beginning, like when
gonna
you go
prove
right back, in the beginning,
I'm gonna
they
prove it's
never
not
tell you
man-made.
which was the day because
Oh, wait.
his
No.
room, his room, right?
Nicene Conference, 325 AD, I know.
Yeah, it's
but
from-
I'm trying to establish something
Yeah.
here, right? So basically, you're saying that the days of the week is man-made.
Yeah, because
But do you know the only people, according to scriptures, that follow the 7-day week
Yeah.
was the Hebrew Israelites, and other people adopted it. But other people had different weeks. That 10 days, yeah, they had different weeks. So the fact that it's 7 days, that's our thing, bro. Which come from the scriptures.
What man has done is put names to the day, because it will be day one,
that
day
was
two.
confusing people, and that also confusing me because I don't have to wait on Sabbath not to praise God.
No, you
No,
don't
no,
have
no.
to.
You can praise him all the time. You should praise him all the time.
But
You
the
know?
difference is, you're commanded
That's
to
right.
keep the Sabbath
Come on,
holy.
Yeah.
That's why I've mentioned earlier on in the Bible, because if you are Sabbath, you wouldn't read nothing more describing Sunday religion.
But there ain't no Sunday religion in the
No,
Bible.
no. Like Sunday religion is like Mark, Matthew, Luke, John.
That's
Because
not Sunday religion.
sorry, Christ, more based on the Sunday, like the Catholic and the Anglican. So
So
you
we have
like,
to deal with it.
You
You
know?
have to deal with him with patience.
yeah, sorry, man.
No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So basically, what it is you were taught a religion. right?
Yeah.
Who taught you that religion? Or who taught the person that taught you the religion? That's the question you
The
need to ask.
religion we thought now it was the same Jesus Christ.
No.
Right, the pastor and the
Right.
right?
Right, so the pastor, so maybe the pastor looked like you. Maybe, I don't know. He might have been a melanated person. Yeah?
Black or yeah.
Alright,
it's not
fine.
racial,
But
yeah.
who taught him?
Well, the same thing you all do now, the inspiration.
No.
But no,
Because
no,
in
no.
the Caribbean, to be a pastor, you have to go to...
Seminary.
To school?
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
No, because like,
Yeah.
for example, like for you all know, now when you follow the church and you serve to the Lord, then maybe they make you a deacon from the church and then they bring you on higher posts. But
No,
this
I
more than
understand
all
that.
now,
I understand that.
right? This more than all now. If you're going to pay for your certificate and you go to university and you study a pastor now, I see those are like fake pastors because they go and they pay the money now to study. But like you all know who come on the street now and preaching the word of God now and your congregation now. You all separate your people by the way they come to church and the way they progress to the people and you know the way they serve. You don't look for a certificate now to put them on a pastor. But in the Caribbean,
This is Malachi 2:7 says, for the priest's lips should keep knowledge, meaning your pastors or your deacons,
Yeah.
they should keep knowledge. And they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts. So we come out here and teach our people the will of the Most High, like the do's and the don'ts. That's what we teach our people. The pastors in the church, they're actually judging, as the scripture says, for reward.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you because they go to because in the Caribbean, right? The more you go to church, the more they recognize you, the more they give you posts in the church. But in the modern world today now, if you have to get a pastor or a preacher in the church now, you have to come with a certificate.
All right. Now, I grew up in the Caribbean. I lived in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So I know how it is in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
For you to be the pastor of a church which operates under 501c3 in America, they have different legislation, but it's the same system.
Yeah.
They get a government license to operate
Yeah.
tax-free
Yeah.
as an organized church.
Yeah.
The pastor has to have a license and a certificate.
All right.
What you're saying
Yeah.
is somebody that works his way up through the ranks.
Because I'm an Adventist, I'm
No.
born in the Adventist,
No,
grew up
but-
in the Adventist. And
So
that's
did I.
how I see, That's how I see the
Good stuff. Ah, shalom, brother. How are you? Shalom. Yeah, shalom. Yeah.
That's how I see
I got married in the Advent.
That's how I see they grew up in the Adventist back home. You know, to make from a deacon, from the elders to the deacon to the
Well,
pastor.
I'm trying to explain it, but
No, I understand.
I need you to allow me to explain it.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing, you're diverting from what I was saying. I'm not talking about a person that's risen up through the ranks and through his work or through the spirit or through the counsel of
No,
the...
I understand you clearly.
Yeah, well, no, but if you did, then we can get on to another point.
No, I understand you.
All right,
Sorry, I
fine.
really
So the
understand you.
pastors,
Yeah.
they get their certificate. They go to seminary school or ecclesiastic school or wherever. They get their certificate. They go to the government. They get a license. They operate as a church,
Yeah.
which is a non-for-profit, allegedly, organization. Therefore, they don't get taxed. And then within the organization, they build up brothers or sisters and they give them positions.
Yeah.
But the pastor went to school. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now could you answer the question? Who taught that pastor in that school? And what were they taught?
I'll make it
It came
easier.
from the Bible.
No, it's not from
What
the
he's trying to say,
Okay.
what group of people, what race of people taught that pastor? That's what he's trying to
What
say.
race of people?
Was it Chinese people?
Was
Was
it
it
black people?
No.
No, don't laugh, man. Every time you laugh, it just makes me feel like,
No.
like a joke and happening here.
No.
The only reason I stand up here, because I see you all, because I don't usually stand up and listen to people, I see you all on the street, especially you. You just remind me of King Selassie. So I just come back here now because, it just forward that bring me back here. But this one now, it just...
No, it's his personality. That's how he is. That's how he
you
is.
can't take,
Yeah.
you can't take
I'm not
Christ in.
laughing at you,
Especially
though.
if you want to teach somebody You cannot laugh. You can't somebody. I never believe like you
It's
know
his
more than
personality, though, because we
Never
know the
believe
brother, but
like
I hear what you say.
You know more than the person.
yeah, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
You just come to like, you just try to chat and reason because that's why the person come back to talk to you. The person see something where they could learn. Because remember, they fool our head so much,
That's right.
That's
like,
what we're
we
trying to
don't
say.
know where we going, where we come from.
That's the point. So we come full circle.
No,
So can we stay there now?
Yeah.
So
No,
now,
who are we?
so now, who are we? So if I could remember the question I asked you.
That's the
was-
first question
What's
you
your
asked me.
nationality?
Right. So we come full circle.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
who are we?
I classify myself like a human being,
Right. Okay.
Right.
So a human being, right? A human being is not specific to who you are, and I'll explain. So if I saw a cat
Yeah.
and I said it's a feline, the feline is the name for all of the cats,
Yeah.
whether it be a house cat,
Yeah.
whether it be a tomcat,
Yeah.
whether it be a lion,
Yeah.
whether it be a tiger, whether it be a lynx, whether it be a puma, whether it be a jaguar, and I could go on and on and
Come
on.
under
It's
the
called
same-
feline.
yeah.
So when you say human,
Yeah.
you're doing the same thing, you're not being specific.
Can
So
I
if-
ask his question in a different manner? What did God call us as a
Oh man, I'm the receiver.
Yep.
Well, to be honest,
Yep.
Christianity or human being or mankind.
The word mankind did not exist in the scriptures.
All right.
So you have Adam or Adamites. And Adam just means soil or earth,
Yeah.
right? So we come from the soil of the earth. But
Yeah.
later on in, what is it, Genesis 10 or 18? When the nations were, huh?
name?
Yeah, yeah. So in Genesis 10, it lists out how was it, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and lists the names. So which name do you fit under? Because if I'm your grandson,
Abraham.
or if I'm your grandson, or if I'm your brother, and I can't tell you if I'm your brother from another mother, and I can't tell you dad, granddad, great great granddad, great great great, you look at me like, well, how are you my brother? You don't even know the family. Who are you? Right? So I'm asking you that question. So what did you just say just now?
To be Abraham.
Go on. All right. Right.
Now, how do you prove that though? Because that's true.
All right.
Those are the foundation of the spiritualness.
No, of what people though? Abraham, Isaac, and
No, but we're
Jacob.
talking about the flesh, not just the spirit.
Yeah.
You're right about the spirit, you're right. But we're also his descendants of the flesh. In other words, he actually was a physical foreparent.
Yeah.
Right. So once you understand that, then you can reclaim your nationality. Because rather than saying you're black, which is a color, or saying I'm Grenada, which is a name that your oppressor put on the country.
Yeah.
Because they came from Grenada, Spain,
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
and then they land there and say, right, we calling it Grenada,
Yeah.
meaning Spain,
Yeah.
or part of Spain. You ain't a part of Spain.
Because some people, when I say I'm from Grenada, they say, oh, you're from Spain. I say, no, because Grenada is Spain and Grenada is...
It's the same spelling, but different pronunciation.
Yeah, it's people.
Right. So once you understand that, this is where you could start to pour out the water out of your cup and put it back with clean water, which is the word. So is there something you want to break down to him?
We are Deuteronomy 28,
All right.
5 and 6. So.
Because I never believe in religion, because I believe religion is an organization.
No, religion
Yeah, we don't
is a
believe in
doctrine
religion either.
made
That's
by
right.
man.
It's an organization. It's for like to collect money and like
Yeah.
spiritual wickedness in high places.
So now what we're going to do, we're going to show you through the scriptures who we are. What you got there?
28.
Alright, can you read 29 and 1?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, and verse 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
Who's the covenant with?
Israel, Moses,
No, with the children of Israel.
Israel, yeah.
Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go through, because with the covenant, there's do's and
That's like a
don'ts.
contract.
Yeah, so-
sorry, something I want to ask you before you go here. Now, I learned back home the meaning of Israel. It is the real light of the world.
No. Israel is just an English terminology of saying the Hebrew word. So the name in Hebrew is actually Yasha Allah.
Yasha Allah.
Yeah.
Alright.
In English, it's pronounced Israelite.
Because
Israel.
I read a lot of Bible and try to study and try to understand, you know. Because now, I don't know, some of the Bible and I know, the more they print them, the more they change a lot of things into the Bible.
The newer ones, yeah.
You know, so it's kind of hard to really...
Alright.
So stick to the KJV.
Alright, so what we do, we stick to this particular version of the Bible, which is the KJV, 1611 predominantly, but the modern version of the 1611 has the English in modern instead of the ancient English, which is harder for people to understand. Now, what I wanted to say before we get into this is that Israelites, what you said, meaning Israel is the light of the world, only makes sense when you use it in the English language.
Okay.
Right, so Israel is English, it's not Hebrew, and I means son of. It doesn't mean like I, like light, Israelite, no. Israel is the English for Yasha Allah, which is his prince of power, right? And I, at the end of any word, means son of. So what they're telling you is because they don't understand the word, or they don't know Hebrew, or they don't understand how the Hebrew words were translated in English. Because if you went to a Hebrew speaker, or even a I don't want them people there that are there, they will laugh at you because they say, but you don't even know what you're saying. Because not me, I would never laugh at you, brother. I'm just saying because the Israel is the land of Israel or the people of Israel, and the Ait at the end of it just means son of.
Okay.
Yeah? So how we say junior, they put Ait at the end. Right?
Junior Ait. Son of
Yeah,
Junior.
yeah.
Alright, the finish, last question I want to ask you all again.
Alright, because we wanted to show you something.
Alright,
bro. So,
Yeah. So read
let me
verse
read it,
29 and 1 again.
alright, so I'm going to read this
Brother
again.
Explain to you that we're Israelites. We
When he
descend,
confessed it himself, he says the son of Abraham.
we descend from Jacob and one of his 12 sons. But this is how we prove it.
Oh, like the 12 tribes.
Yeah.
Right.
We descend from one of those. But the Bible actually
That's what we actually are.
But the Bible actually proves that we descend from them, and this is what we want to show
So
you.
we're trying to give you the proof, not what I think, not what somebody tell you. We're trying to give you proof so that you will know to yourself it's true. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 1. These are the words of the covenant, which is a contract or an agreement. These are the words of the covenant, which the Lord, which we know is as God or Yahweh, the Lord, commanded Moses, we know who Moses was, to make. So the Lord told Moses, look, go and make an agreement with the children of Israel in the land of Moab. So the land of Moab would be the area of land that you had to cross when you crossed the river Jordan. You had to cross the land of Moab to get to it, what we now call as Israel, to get to Canaan. You had to cross over there, right? And the Moabites were that's another story, but they were relations too. Right? If you want the whole thing,
no. So that's the point. So the covenant that we're going to go through, which proves that we're these people, was made with the children of Israel. Now read Deuteronomy 5 and 6 for me.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 6, and it reads, I am the Lord Yahweh thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Because you know the account of Moses delivering the children of Israel out of Egypt. So read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 6, I am the Lord Yahweh thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
Egypt is being referred to as the house of bondage. Because remember, there were slaves under the Egyptians, right? So another word for bondage is what? Slavery. Now, when you go through the covenant, verse 1 says, if you keep my commandments, I'll set you above all nations. If you read, verse 15 says, if you don't keep the commandments, certain curses will befall you. Now, when we go through these curses document our history. This is how we know that we are these people. So I want to read you one of the curses that shows that we are these people.
So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord, I'll just read it verbatim. And the Lord shall bring thee into
It
Egypt,
says
into
he's going to bring it
bondage,
into Egypt or into bondage or into
To
the house of
slavery.
slavery.
again, because we were there before in Egypt before,
The Egyptians.
in bondage, again, meaning one more time, with ships.
Now, what people do you know in
Getting
history?
the memo?
What people do you know in history went into bondage or slavery in ships?
Why? What's happening?
Yeah, how did your people get to Grenada?
There you go.
So
All right.
one of the curses on the Israelites for breaking God's commandments,
Oh, understand now, man.
read it again.
No, understand now.
And the Lord
But
shall,
you see, all of disobey shall
punishment.
Yeah. Go on.
And the Lord shall bring you, or me, into Egypt again, because we were in slavery before, with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. Meaning, when you go to slavery on them ships, there's no coming back for you. There ain't no coming back. We're still there. We ain't gone back. You shall see it no more again. You ain't gonna see it again. And there, meaning where they placed you in slavery, you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Now, did that happen to our people? When we got off them ships, were we sold? Who were we sold to? What people were we sold to?
like white people.
And what does the Bible refer to them as?
Like, how should I put it? Pagan?
No, I like that too. Yeah.
Let's see
It
what the
says, your,
Bible
it says your enemies here.
Yeah, but still call
Well, I like the pagan
and,
thing.
and vagabonds and...
Yeah,
Let's
man.
see what we're going to be sold for.
Unto your enemies for bondmen
Slave men,
and bondwomen,
slave women,
and no man shall buy you.
meaning, I think the Hebrew word was
For
panah.
now, which means redeem. So actually, no man will redeem you or pay off your debt and get you out of it.
Now let me show you another curse, 48. Because that's just one.
Yeah.
Read
I wanna
verse
show him something.
48.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
When you read 47, it says, if you don't keep the commandments, it says, therefore you should serve your enemies.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
It's the Most High that sent them against us because we chose to be disobedient. It said, if you don't want to serve me, therefore you should serve your enemies. Go on.
In hunger,
You're going to have to serve them for food,
and in thirst,
for drink,
and in nakedness,
for clothing.
and in want of all things.
Now, we've got a food shop over there, so yeah?
What?
We've got a Caribbean food shop over there.
Sorry.
Yeah?
Something I want to go to see what.
Yeah.
Yeah, well look, you've got a Caribbean food shop there which our people own. But we don't import no food. Same with juice, we don't import no juice. It says in clothing. So I'll give this example. Puff Daddy, he's got a clothing line. Whereas the people, we don't produce no material. Then it says, in the want of all things. So my question to you is, name me one thing that you own that your people produce.
100% control.
I can't name anything, you know.
Exactly right.
I cannot name anything.
Exactly.
That's
So,
Because we don't own nothing.
so
right.
So
That's
read
right.
that
That's
again.
We don't own nothing.
So read that again. from
Deuteronomy
the top.
28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Anything we want, we have to go to the other nations for food, for toothbrush, for toilet paper. Our people don't produce these things. Okay.
In hunger, and in thirst,
That's right.
and in nakedness,
That's right.
and in the want of all things.
Read.
And he shall put a yoke
And
of
your
iron
enemy is going to put a yoke of iron. We had physical yokes of iron.
upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee.
So you know when they took those yokes of iron off? When we were destroyed. Now how were we destroyed?
Oh, we destroyed.
How were
I
we?
think by the false teaching.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Where?
And all now, I think we're still in slave and bondage.
We
That's
are.
right. That's right,
That's
brother.
right.
That's
The whole
right.
name you only know
No,
about
that's
to go.
right. That's right. But I have something else for you. Wait, I have something else for you before you go. Before you go, brother, I have one more thing for you here. I need to
Yeah.
give
I
you-
need to ask
Hold
you
on,
one
before
question.
you do that,
I need to ask you one question.
hold your
Yeah,
question.
yeah. No, go ahead.
Keep it in mind. I just want
No,
to
get
finish.
busy.
No,
Exactly.
don't forget it.
The same way.
But what I want you to
Train and
do,
taught.
remember it says until you're destroyed. Now we're mentally destroyed because if If I said to you, if today was the day after we were freed from slavery, would our foreparents be happy with how we mingle with the other nations? What would you say?
They will happy.
If they would be happy how we mingle with, say today was the day after, say we was freed from slavery yesterday,
Yeah.
and today we're mingling with the same oppressors, like how we're mingling now, would they be happy?
No.
Yeah, so this is what I want to tell you. This is the book of Psalms chapter 83, because I want to explain something clearly for you, right? Listen carefully.
Oh, you
So-
want me on TV? Sorry.
No, you're not on TV. We are. So remember before when we said,
on TV?
when you come off the ship and you're sold, and we asked you who was it we were sold to. Remember you explained who we were sold to. Right. Who are we sold to?
Same.
Right. Our enemies, right? So listen to this. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verses 2 to,
Right?
let's say 6, so we list some of the enemies too. Verse 2, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, they're making a noise, and they that hate thee, so it's showing you now that the people that bought us when we came off the slave ships, hated us. They that hate thee have lifted up their head, they become proud. They have taken crafty counsel. So you know what's a crafty counsel? When people go behind you and they talk, they're hypocrite and they talk about how they can plot to bring you down, right? Crafty counsel against thy people, which is us, right? And consulted against thy hidden ones. Do you know why we're the hidden ones? Because we're the only people on the planet Earth that don't know who they are. The Most High has us hidden too, but I'm just saying us. We don't know who we are, we don't know where we're from, we don't know what to call ourselves, so we're hidden, right? Listen to this. They have said, our enemies have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Now we call ourselves Grenadian,
Trinidad, Jamaican, all kind of bugger, right? That the name of Israel, which is what we're trying to
Establish,
right, may be no more in remembrance. That's why we don't know who we are anymore.
So they just wipe off everything.
They wipe it off, right? So, so now, that's exactly
Like
what they did.
brainwash,
That's what they did. But I just want to list some of the enemies that they have here, right? The tabernacles of Edom. That's the first one you called out. That would be the Edomites. Right? The Caucasus hybrids, right? And the Ishmaelites.
Arabs.
That's an Arab slavery, because they don't talk about that slavery.
Yeah, that's right.
We were in
That's
slavery under the Arabs.
For 1,000 years.
Exactly.
They keep that one quiet.
Of Moab, you know who's Moab?
Chinese.
The Chinese, right? And the Hagarenes. So the Hagarenes is well, because the Hagarenes is actually the descendants of Hagar, which would have been Ishmael.
Okay.
But because he's not listed as the inherited son, it's like a bad thing. Like he's the father's name is not. Yeah, the name is wiped out. So now you go under your mother name. So the Hagarenes are the the Ishmaelites, basically. That's where it is. So these people that I just mentioned, there's more too, right? Because you got Ammon, which is the Japanese. You got Amalek, which is the Nazis. I'm not going to put the Nazis.
JWOs.
Yeah, the JWOs, right? And Tyre,
JWO-ish.
Philistines, right? What they did, you see that UN? And you see all those NGOs and all these organizations that come to Trinidad and go to Grenada and they pass laws and tell us to do this and do that. They've come together to disinherit us from who we are and keep us in bondage
for the rest of our lives.
And that's why we come out here. That's the real reason why we come.
My question now,
Yes, brother.
I want to know if your Bible pass Psalm 150. If it pass that, if it's over that, because most Bible reads 150 and they don't reach higher than
I
that.
left at home. I left at home.
Yeah, the bugger book. Yeah, I got one too.
No, the one that see what Joshua Yeah.
Well, his one don't go past.
No, the one that you see the one he's trying to get you.
Yeah. No, 150.
150.
Stop there.
Because I have a book here. is the Maccabee Bible.
Right.
He told me about Judas and Judas.
Look at the Maccabee Bible here.
Apocrypha.
Yeah.
Rastafari. We don't believe in that. No, I just have to go with you.
I know.
We don't
because
believe in that.
the reason why I
Because
have-
you know what Rastafari means?
Powerful.
Yeah. Because Rastafari is actually the name of Selassie.
Yeah.
Ras means king and Tafari was his name.
Yeah. And Menelik and
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So the reason why I asked that now because I've been
Because
searching.
they're listed as one of our enemies, right?
Yeah, I've been searching and searching.
Right.
Right? Why I heard about the Psalm 150 upwards, and I can't find it in no Bible. But when I look into the Maccabee Bible, I say, let me just add a Maccabee Bible from Amazon.
Yeah.
When I add it now, I see it go up to...
Yeah, man. We're there, brother.
Which
I will see you all in now.
Yeah, come back.
God bless you, man. I will see you all in
What's your name, brother?
Jerry.
Jerry? Please, I beg you, come back.
Jeremiah.
Man, hey. Listen.
That's why I come back and talk to you all. Because there are a lot of people on the street.
You need to come back every Saturday. Come and check us. I'm building up
That's why you're here.
Yes.
If you
On the
don't
Sabbath.
find us here,
1 o'clock.
then we'll be opposite the town hall.
Yeah.
But more than likely we'll be there.
And you see on your smartphone, when you're trying to look for last week, what's it there?
I showed him.
Watch that, and it's going to explain thoroughly. So you're not going to have that seed of doubt, because they put a seed of doubt in our mind. Because I know, because I had it in my mind too. Where you're thinking like, I'm not too sure about this book. I'm not too sure if it's our book. No, it's our book. Every single bit of this book is ours.
That's right.
From beginning to end to it's our book.
Because God is great enough.
Yes.
I'll give you one little story I know God is great there. 1983,
Okay. That's my years.
I put this crack in my mouth.
Oh no. Yeah, when the epidemic hit, I remember I was in Trinidad.
Yeah, the
Man, that
invasion in Grenada.
Listen, man.
Because the American come and Iraq.
Yeah, I remember,
So they exchanged marijuana for cocaine. Right? And from
You see how the wicked?
1983 to the year 2000. So that's 18 years I spent on crack.
Are you serious, brother?
I'm not lying.
But look
I'm
how
not
healthy
joking.
and
right?
why
18 years
most
there.
is good enough.
Because I come up here 2000.
Right.
I spent about 4 years with my wife. My ex-wife had bring me up here because they still are being a disgrace to them.
Yeah, I know.
I swear to, and every time I go back home and I ask my friends and them, they die, right?
They're out there.
I wrote a book, but I need somebody to help me print it, right? I wrote a book. It's not. I just sit down and just wrote it so. I wrote it with my journey.
I'd love to read it, man.
Every time I smoke, I wrote how I feel and I wrote what I do, what I teach.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I know all the things up, man.
Yeah. So when I meet certain people and I get the vibes to stand up and listen to them, I listen to them because I know the God will change me.
That's right.
He's not an ordinary God.
That's right.
Because
That's right.
people that touch crack and cocaine,
That's right.
they don't get away.
And that was designed to take out our people. The crack molecule is genetically designed
whole of the
to
Caribbean.
bind. Oh man,
They kill the
listen,
whole of the
I lived through
Caribbean.
that point. That was something else.
Let me bring this out for you. This is Romans chapter 8 verse 16. It says the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So just like how we was going through the curses, you know, that bore witness with your spirit.
That's
saying,
right.
Yeah, this happened to us.
That's right.
So this is one of the reasons, or one of the ways how we can also clarify that these scriptures are a real book. The problem is, what religion teaches is not what the scripture actually teaches as a whole.
They teach you what they want you to understand.
Yes.
So one thing again I want to give you before you go is the name of our power, because you're right when you said he's a special power, but we also I'm looking for where the tetragrammaton is.
But you all know what you are saying.
Yeah, here we go. Look.
You all know what you are
so
saying.
let me just show you. Yeah. So let's know.
My name Yahuwah.
Right. So this, what it is, what they did, they put the Lord
in all caps.
You see this here? The Lord.
I have my glasses.
All right, I'll read it. So they put the Lord in all caps, capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D, and replaced YHWH. right? But this particular
YHWH.
WA,
Yahweh.
Yahuwah.
yeah, because there was no vowels. So it would be pronounced Yahweh.
Because
Yeah, but the ha at the end is kind of silent, but it's Yahweh.
I've been to some African church. And Yahweh.
Yeah, I know, because they were indoctrinated the same way we were. So it's the same tetragrammaton, but what they did, they replaced the sound with vowel sound. They added, the Masoretic scholars added, so they call it so, added dots, and they create a vowel sound. But when you look at the pure, you can't read it, but the pure Yahweh here, which is the Paleo Hebrew, there's no vowel sound except for I, which is ayin. That's the only what you could call a vowel sound. So it's Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai.
Okay, Yahweh.
That's right. And Yahweh. That's it, man.
So
What's that smile on my face?
anytime you read it,
Yeah.
you see, anytime you read in the Old Testament and you see Lord in all caps, in the original text it had the letters.
Yahweh.
So the name's actually there, they just hid it from us.
The other one was Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. And who are we? What's your nationality?
Jacob or Abraham.
An Israelite.
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 So you
Son
say
of
you're
Israel.
Son of Israelite.
So you
Son
would,
of Israel.
Son of Israel.
Israelite means son of Israel. And Israel, Jacob's name was changed to Israel. So he was right when he said Jacob.
Yes.
So, and that's why the King James and them were called Jacobites. Because Jacobites is saying sons of Jacob. That's what it actually means. But from Grenada, you would be, through the spirit, you would be Banyamya. Or you could be...
Benjamin.
Yes.
Okay.
So now you know your tribe. You're from the tribe of Benjamin. You know your nationality.
Israelite.
You're Israelite. You know that this book, this entire book, is referring to you and you alone. When I
This
say you,
even means
you and your
requirement.
people. Yes. Yeah. Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
So there's a requirement
Well, like,
for you, for us as Israelites.
Yeah.
So
Because once you know all of that, there's something
I've got
else.
it. You got the great again.
All right.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 12.
That's right.
And now Israel,
Which is all of us here.
and also throughout the Bible, you're going to hear that word keep coming up. So it can't be about anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the Bible, it says, and now Israel, what does the Lord, thy God, your God, so he's not the God of everybody, require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Now this is how you do that. Verse 13. To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. So that's the requirement, to keep the covenant that we made in the first place.
Oh.
Yeah?
Because we broke it.
With faith. With faith.
Yeah. Understand you, man.
You catch it now?
Yeah, man.
So this book is only for us. This book is only for us.
Yeah, man. I heard you mention one word just in the room, and that's the devil.
Ooh, bro.
Yeah, Roman, because that's...
man.
That's
Come
right.
with it, man.
That's the head of the devil, because when they say it's like Rome, right?
Yeah.
And they say Vatican. I always use Vatican like big one. And vagabond,
Yeah, man.
vagabond.
Yeah, man.
In the spirit, man. That's
In
the
the right
spirit.
spirit. Yeah.
So that's
devil.
what I see. Yeah, I always say, and you see, as I say, because I learned from a man back home, as I told you about Israelite.
Yes.
They always teach us like the two thing of the rule is Israel and Rome. But they say Rome is the devil and Israel is the land.
Romans 9.
Let me read something.
No,
Yeah, this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So that's what we're doing now. Waking up our people to who they are and revealing who that man of sin is, which you've been mentioning yourself. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. Because when you look at images of Jesus Christ, so to speak, Yahuwah, what color do you see?
White.
But what does the Bible describe him as?
Black.
Exactly.
Right.
So he's now put himself in the seat of God. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God, because now you look, you see some naked dude reaching down like that, just some naked dude looking up. God and Adam in the garden.
All of them naked and pink looking.
Angels.
It says, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he's God.
You know the same way I listen to you all, the same way you look like Muslim, but not, right?
Better than that.
That was I didn't take any disrespect. No, that's what I'm trying to say. The way I stand up here and listen to you all, you will never condemn no religion, because I listen to you all for the longest one of the year, you know. You will never condemn no religious. You will never proclaim like only you alone, you know. But like only you alone what was come to, right? Because what should I do? No. I have a problem in my mouth. I got a problem in my mouth.
Okay,
don't worry.
You know the same crap I told you about.
I understand.
Okay.
Like, it got,
Look at me, brother.
you don't see man. The cat got
Yeah, but I can hear you, but we can hear you.
Brother, we love you, your brother. Hey, vanity, man.
Some people laugh at me. Some people laugh at me.
Don't mind them, man.
We
Don't
just
mind
want to
them.
be able to hear you clearly, that's all.
But the only thing I was saying now, like you are proclaiming the word of God, That's right. But Muslim people now, like they just condemn every other.
Exactly. I understand what you're saying here.
Yeah, and proclaim themselves to be the best,
But here's the thing, that not cutting your throat. Yeah, bring it out. But let me just say, not cutting your throat, but Christians do the same thing. Go ahead. Bring on.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou
Now,
art...
we're not saying that we're better than everybody else. The Bible is saying it.
I'll read it verbatim.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Holy means set apart. So when he created everybody, he said, you know, I want these to be mine.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee
He chose you, Jeremiah,
to be a special people unto himself,
possessive.
above all people,
No, equal to.
above all people,
No, lower than.
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
That's what you have to remember. Most I chose you to
That's
be
why I
above.
say, many are called and
Few are
Can
chosen.
I just back that scripture up as well?
Yeah,
quickly?
up.
This is Psalms 147 and verse 19.
That's right.
He showeth his word unto Jacob,
That's right.
Israel, his statutes and judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation.
So the Most High, contrary to popular belief, doesn't deal with everybody. It's a specific group of people he deals with, and in these days and age, it's only dealing with a specific set of people out of that specific group of people, known as the elect.
As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh, Yahweh Shai for
So
that.
I have a precept in regards to what you were saying, and you're speaking about the Romans and the...
Devil.
yeah, the Vatican and the
Yeah, but
Great-Grand.
you mentioned Rome and you mentioned, was it us, Jacob? Because you said that there was one that was like a deceiver or devil.
Oh, the Israelite.
Right.
And then,
Right,
yeah.
so listen to this now. So this is the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verses 2 and 3. Verse 2. Alright, start 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. So that's just explaining the context. Verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord.
So the Most High loves you,
Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
because if you look at our people, the amount of things that we go through, you think, how can the Most High love us? And we're
Like
always
love
at the
everybody
bottom,
else except
getting, you know, last hired, first fired. Like, how can we be, like, why you love us? And we're getting through so much wickedness, you know? Go on.
Was not Esau, which would be the Romans, I can actually prove that, Jacob's brother, saith the Lord, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau,
Right, they didn't read that to you in church, did they?
and laid his mountains, which would be like his rulership, his dominion, and his heritage ways for the dragons, because that's what they are, the dragons, the serpentine of the wilderness.
Read on, there's more meat.
Verse 3. And I hated Esau and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith,
Edom is the descendants from Esau, just like how Israel is the descendants from Jacob. Yeah. Edom is the descendants from Esau. So whereas Edom is descendants saith,
we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
read,
Thus saith the Lord of
let's
hosts,
see what the Most High says.
they shall build,
Edom is going to build,
but I will throw
he's
down,
going to throw down everything they build,
and they shall cast them,
that they shall call them.
Salakia, and they shall call
So
them,
they shall call the Edomites, they shall call them, not singular, plural, them,
the border of wickedness,
the border of wickedness, God.
and the people
People, not the person, not singular, the people
against whom the Lord have indignation forever.
There's a group of people here that the Most High has righteous anger against forever.
Bless you all, eh?
Likewise, my brother.
I want you all to put all of your hands together. Put your hands together. I'll say something small for me before I go.
Oh, you want some blessing?
And just put your hand, put your hand and bless me before I go.
All right. Barakatha, Yeremiah, Kal Halal Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Sawada Yahweh, Aman.
Aman.
Alright?
Don't forget to check out the channel, man, And we're here every Sabbath, man.
1 o'clock.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah,
That's what we're here for, man.
that's right.
So we're out here to wake up our people.
Something I want to get.
Yeah, let's just bring out one more, because, and then we'll close out.
So he's gone, but I'm just going to show the camera. Right? The Roman Empire, and notice what it's got there? Edomites. So I just wanted to validate who the Edomites are, according to scholarship.
Alright, you got your Proverbs?
Yeah,
That's your Proverbs.
How is Proverbs?
We have to be...
Or Malak Dawud.
I'll be Yasharala today.
Let me just get this scripture quickly. This is it's the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when they are changed to a lower statement.
That's right.
That's right.
So we need to, be cheerful,
That's right.
All this stuff that we're coming across, man, we still got to give all praises to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
No matter what happens,
That's right.
we got loved ones that passed, we want to talk about. We got to always send up praises to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
Verse 1 says, come to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for temptation.
That's right.
And we got some big temptations coming ahead, man.
And I just also want to add too that the Most High, Halal Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, He brought us an example of His grace and His mercy. Because I never took crack, praise Yahweh, but I witnessed the crack epidemic when it hit Trinidad around the same time, 83, and this brother that was here with us went through it for 18 years. Right? And he's still here standing strong and willing to listen to the men of the Lord and with an open heart. Yeah?
And was joyous about
and
it.
with joyous, with a joyous spirit. So that was a living proof of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Mercy.
His mercy and
His mercy and the slowness to anger, man. He's very merciful.
Because trust me, a person that is outside of Yahweh's grace to still obtain grace.
We bring it up.
Okay. So I'll just do a quick one. So Proverbs 16 and verse 9. All right then.
Proverbs 16 and 9. Yeah.
A man's heart deviseth his ways, but the Lord Yahweh directeth his steps. And a precept that with Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 1
says,
the preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord Yahweh. And then I precept that again with Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 24, and it reads, you there?
Yeah.
Man's goings are of the Lord Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own ways?
Yeah.
And then I precept that again with Proverbs chapter 21, verses 1 and 2. Verse 21. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, as the rivers of water he turneth it whithersoever he will. Verse 2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord Yahweh pondereth the hearts.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 3, and it reads, the eyes of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. And I precept that with the book of Sirach chapter 39 and verse 19, and it reads, the works of all flesh are before him, and nothing can be hid from his eyes.
That's right. That's right.
Hebrews chapter 10 verse 31.
That's right.
It is a fearful thing
That's right.
to fall into the hands of the living Yahweh.
That's right.
Right.
Precept that with Psalms 50 and 22.
Bring it out.
Right.
Now consider this, ye that forget Yahweh,
That's right.
lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver.
Precept is hard.
None.
Precept is hard. Yeah. Well, Israel, you know, our brothers, two of our brothers are ill, you know, couldn't make it today, but the Most High is the healer at the end of the day. But as my brother would say, it's that time of the day. Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
No stick today.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm going to bring out, actually, he normally brings two. It's Psalms 110.
Yeah.
Yeah, Psalms 110. And verse 11. Psalms 110. It says, the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, a good understanding of all they that do his commandments, his praise enjoy forever. And as he normally says, this is normally the conclusion of the whole matter, what we've been speaking about today, and any future lessons that we might have. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Israelite man, woman, and child.
That's right, child. No. It says verse 14. For Yahweh shall bring every word into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Yeah, so that is right. We're going to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh. Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Waha, Rakah, Kadash, Kwam Yashara,
And death to Babylon.
Death to Babylon.
That's right. We out.
We out.
Wafla baba.
That's right.
Abadla baba.